Welcome back to Perks Recap Podcast. It is week two. Week one, but it's coming into week two. We're going to review week one first, though. We're going to go over what happened and where we went, where we were right, where we were wrong. Al, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. Week one, I always better than some week ones for me, but week one is never my strongest week. It's always a week to figure out the league for me, and it was certainly one of those.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you though, we might have gotten the game of the year already out of the way.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. I mean that Sunday nighter was unbelievable.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. So let's get to the first game, which is our game, Cowboys and Eagles. Eagles win 24-20. We all got it right. We all picked the Eagles, but we were all a little off on the score. And I got to say, now I'll let you take it, and then I'll go with the Cowboy stuff first.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So yeah. So I mean, this game started off awful for the Eagles. They lost their fullback for the season on the kickoff, and then Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott and got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, which was just a bonehead move. And then he was smiling on the sidelines. What are you? If I was an Eagle fan, I'd be like, what the hell are you smiling about? You got kicked out. We need you.
Yeah, that didn't bother me. That some people react to bad things with weird reactions. That didn't bother me at all. Um, yeah, and Dak got away with spitting in his general direction, but it wasn't anything that would have got him kicked out. And Jalen overreacted like a moron. So yeah, it was just a stupid play by a great player. And
Well, the good news is he was going to get suspended for one game, but since he missed the entire game, they just figured that was the suspension, so he's going to be available week two.
yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah, he got fined like almost 60 grand, a little under 60 grand. And yeah, they counted that as a suspension. So thank goodness for that because missing him two times in a row would be terrible. He's probably their best player on defense. It's close between him and a couple other guys, but yeah, that was a big blow. And you saw it's funny because the Eagles' run defense settled down in the second half, but it looked like Javonte Williams was going to be just tearing them up all game at first. He ended up with just a so-so. I mean, he had two touchdowns, but he only averaged 3.6 yards a carry in the end, 15 carries for 54 yards, so it wasn't that awesome. But in the first quarter, he looked unbelievable.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. It was a little surprising.
It was very surprising, and I'd like to personally thank a former Eagle, Miles Sanders, for handing us the game.
Yep.
Um, He had a great run, man. He had that one run for 40 some yards or something. And I was like, oh man, Miles is coming back to burn us. And then he just coughed up the ball inside the 10-yard line. And that was one of the biggest plays of the game right there, you know? Um, yeah, this was an interesting game, man. What I liked about it is the Eagles lost one of their best players. They had 9 penalties for 110 yards. They played sloppy and not smart, and they still beat what looks to be a pretty good team. I got to say, Dallas looked pretty good. Their offense looks outstanding. Their defense looks mediocre. Um, but maybe even a little better than I thought overall. So credit to the Cowboys for sure. But they still beat them by 4 points when they played like not even close to the best version of themselves and played stupid with bad penalties. So that's a good sign for the Eagles. Um, their number two cornerback is a problem,
Yeah, yeah,
a massive problem. So it is. I don't know how they're going to address it. We'll see what they end up doing in the end, but I don't know. That's the biggest thing that jumped out to me. They signed Zadarius Smith this week, who's a proven pass rusher in this league. And has been valuable every year he's ever played. So that's going to help them. It's a shame that some of their offseason signings didn't step up and allow that not to happen. But I'm glad there was somebody out there like that. So that's a good thing. But there's no cornerback out there like that. So I don't know what they're going to do. Go ahead. You take it for a little bit. There's a couple other things maybe I can hit on, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, of course, first and foremost, Dallas had this game. They should have won this game on multiple occasions. There's no doubt in my mind if CD Lamb has those three drops, three more chances like that, he's going to catch two or all three of them, and that's the ball game. Or if Miles Sanders doesn't fumble, that's the ball game. They should have won. The Eagles, like you said, were without their best defensive player, had every opportunity to win. This is not on Dak Prescott whatsoever. I thought he played great. He made some unbelievable throws. Really impressed me. And the Eagles' offensive line might also not be what we thought. I mean, you think it's a pretty good line, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Well, but without without Parsons, there's a stat on PFF, and you know how they get into these in-depth stats. There's a stat called win rate. You're basically one-on-one blocking win rate, or defensive pressure win rate one-on-one. The entire league, 32 teams, the Cowboys had the best win rate on defense than ever. They were number one this week.
Interesting.
Number one against that Cowboys, against that Eagles defense. Now that's not to say the Eagles are not as good or Dallas is great. It's just to say that for that 1 week they were better than I thought, and I am encouraged at least that they might be okay on defense even without Parsons.
Yeah, and to me, even more encouraging than that, which is a very surprising stat, and it gives a big boost to a very good game by Jalen Hurts, who went 19 of 23 and ran for 62 yards and two touchdowns.
Well,
Given that,
that's the thing is we I thought the Cowboys did okay on Hurts through the game. I mean, he was 19 to 23, so he was really efficient, obviously. But the problem was we couldn't contain him. I think the defensive philosophy was try to limit his down the field passing and take Saquon Barkley out of the game. But in doing that, they let Jalen Hurts just run all over him, and that was a huge problem. And they did not make the adjustment because I bet you they were thinking if we make the adjustment, then Barkley will take over and he'll run all over us.
right? Absolutely, because yeah, I mean, they were showing stuff in the second half where there were 10 out of 11 guys moving towards the line of scrimmage every time Barkley touched the ball. So yeah, it was a very interesting, and they did what they tried to do. They did very well. I mean, they limited AJ Brown and Devontae Smith to 4 catches for 24 yards. They limited Barkley to 3.3 yards a carry, 18 for 60, and but Hurts killed him.
Yeah, Hurts killed him on the ground for sure. Um, but I've always said this for whatever reason. I don't know why Barkley never really goes off on Dallas. He has good games for sure, but he never just goes crazy on them like he does to some other teams for some reason. I don't know why.
And that's through how many different defensive coordinators? It's not just this defense.
Right,
It's a Dallas thing for some reason. It's at least three different coordinators since he's been in the league. I would
right.
say.
I mean, this was really surprising to be honest. I thought he'd at least get 80 or 90, maybe even 100. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So I'm encouraged about some certain things on the defense. Um, Definitely helped that Diggs and Bland were out there,
That
and
was huge, and that led to the Eagles' game plan for sure was to
yeah,
just avoid them.
AJ Brown with one target.
Yeah, yep.
That's
That's and
crazy.
one and that makes me a little like there were some things I liked about what the new offensive coordinator did with the game plan, but there were some things I didn't, and I am not a fan of over game planning away from your great players because of a strength on the other team. I do not like that at all, and AJ Brown is great, and you can't target this guy less than 5 times a game again. I don't care if he's going up against Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? Like he is that good. So it just blew my mind. And that target was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, yep. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was more Dallas or more the Eagles, combination of both, probably. But yeah, so all in all, should have won in my eyes. Let it slip away, which of course sucks. And starting at 0-1 sucks. But coming off of it, thinking to myself, okay, the Eagles are probably the best team in the league, or at least top two or three, no doubt. At home, coming off the Super Bowl celebration, all that stuff, and you should have won the game. So that means Dallas is better than a lot of people think.
No, I agree with that assessment. I do. I do. They it was an impressive game by them, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, the Eagles did some really bad things, and they lost their best player before the game even started. So
Right,
there are
right.
some mitigating circumstances. However,
Yes.
all that being said, it was still I was very impressed, and the Dak looked incredible.
Dak looked really good. Yeah, there's some other PFF. I mean, I really usually don't get into. My son told me both of them. That's why I mentioned the defensive thing. There's some other PFF measurement where Dak was number one in the league at something. I don't remember. One was ADOT, which is downfield depth, like basically air yards with the football. He was number one at that too. Like he threw the ball down the field. But there was something else I don't remember. But either way, Dak was fine. Dak was Dak. Um, and we'll see. Oh, and Brandon Aubrey is definitely the best kicker in the league, in my opinion.
Oh, he's ridiculous, man. And that's in a game where the Eagles kicker nailed a 58 yarder.
Yeah, no. Well, Elliott's really, obviously right there too.
And I would take Aubrey over him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Elliott a lot, but I mean,
yeah.
Aubrey is insane.
Boswell for Pittsburgh is also very, very good. I mean, there's a clear top 3 to 5, but I think Aubrey right now is probably number one.
I'd take him over everybody in the league. Not, and I wouldn't even have to think about it.
All right, so we all got that right. Do you have anything more to add?
No, yeah, I just wanted to mention that they signed Zadarius Smith, and I got to that. So, no, I'm
Right.
good. Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on to Friday, which is the Chargers over the Chiefs, 27-21. We all got this wrong, including Joe. We all picked Kansas City, and we were all wrong.
Man, well, the good news is you and I got our upset pick right.
Right, we both picked this as our upset. Yes.
At least we got a consolation prize out of it. And there was big news in this game, other than this, just a great win for the Chargers, which we'll get into even more here, is Xavier Worthy dislocated his shoulder colliding with his own teammate Kelsey on a crossing route.
Yeah. How long is he out?
Well, they didn't put him on the IR, and there's talk about him trying to play with a brace. Now, how soon that'll happen, I don't know. That means they
I
expect him to
can't
play.
imagine he's going to play week 2.
I'd be stunned. I'd be absolutely stunned. And if he does, he can't be that effective. But they certainly expect him to play in less than 4 weeks from now because they didn't put him on the IR. So where that falls in between, I haven't got enough information on yet.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Remember last year I was doing all the penalties?
Yeah.
For some reason, it looks like the stats that I'm pulling up don't have them anymore.
Oh, that's weird. Maybe
Um,
they tracked you down, man. They were like, we don't want this getting out.
I'll try to find it for next week because I'm on this page now. I don't want to go off of it. But anyway, yeah, man, Justin Herbert, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah, no picks, and Marion Hampton only 3.2 yards a carry, but he got 15 carries, so he's the guy for
Yeah,
sure.
clearly the
Any
guy.
Yeah, anybody wanting Najee Harris, he had 1 carry. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think he's going to be relegated to the backup role.
I
And
agree.
Keenan Allen, the old man, 7 catches, 68 yards and a touch.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'll tell you, the revelation for me, and that's awesome. I'm 100% with you. Lab McConkey had a solid game. The revelation is Quentin Johnston. Quentin
Yeah,
Johnston,
79-2.
that guy looked like he was going to be a bust after his rookie season, an absolute bust, stone-handed bust. And he's come on, and now maybe this is his breakout year. He's been people are frantically grabbing him off the waiver wire in leagues where he wasn't drafted. So keep your eyes on Quentin Johnston. Let's see if this is a real breakout here.
Yep. Now, Mahomes, he was all right, 24 of 39. He threw the ball 39 times, and that's because he only ran the ball 17 times, and they did not, and 6 of those rushes were Patrick Mahomes himself. They did not commit to the run with anybody. Pacheco had 5 carries, and Hunt had 5 carries. What the hell is that?
I was stunned at the lack of commitment to the run game. I really was. And now part of it is they got down early, but it wasn't that far, and then they got back in the game pretty quickly. They were down 10-0, but then they were back to 13-12 after in the third quarter. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like they couldn't use the run game. So I don't know, man. I didn't understand it. It was, and I certainly expected Pacheco to at least have 2-1 to Kareem Hunt, if not more. So I don't know, man. I didn't understand that at all. I was stunned.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, well, Hollywood Brown, 10 catches,
Unbelievable, man. Hollywood, man.
99 yards.
When that dude stays healthy, he can play. It's the over under on any given year is about 8 games, but when he is in, he is good.
Yes, totally, totally agree. Yep. Um, so Kansas City, starting 0-1 for the second year in a row. Um, Last year they righted the ship. I still kind of expect them to some degree to right the ship, but they've got these injuries now. With if Worthy doesn't play for a week or two, and then no Rice, they have nobody. They have Hollywood Brown, and that's it.
And Juju Smith Schuster.
Right, right.
Yeah, man. No, I'm with you. That they need Rice back from that suspension badly. They need Worthy to be healthy. Yeah, I mean, listen, we'll get into who they're playing in week 2 soon enough, but it's looking good for the team playing them.
Yeah, yeah. They did. I don't know. Um, I did. Nobody of all of our picks and stuff picked them to win the Super. I don't even think we picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
No,
So, all right, let's move on.
right on.
The Washington Commanders, 21-6 over the Giants. The Giants once again scored the lowest point total of the week by any team.
Well, newsflash: the Giants still stink.
Yeah, Giants still think. Yep. There's not a whole lot. I mean, the downfall of Jaden Daniels that I've been predicting might not might not be coming to fruition, but I got to see him play somebody better than the Giants. And he still was only 19 of 30. It's not like he was 28 of 30. 233 yards, but then he had 68 yards on the ground as well. So I mean, and I think this Krosky Merritt guy is gonna be the guy. He had
I,
10
I
carries for 82 yards.
I got to eat my words on that one, man. I did not expect him to grab it that quick. And they were giving the ball to Eckler, and it's not like Eckler did bad. He had 4.3 yards a carry, but then every time Krosky Merritt got the ball, he did something great.
Right, and Eckler ended up with 6 carries, and Merritt had 10.
Yeah, I mean, if that it sure looked like the job was up for grabs, and he grabbed it.
I will say Debo looked better than I thought he would.
Debo looked great. He really did. It was very impressive. Now the thing with Debo is, can he stay healthy? Just like Hollywood Brown. I mean, Debo. I like Debo a lot. He was awesome 3 years ago, and then he was hurt, and then he was hurt some more. So if he can stay healthy, he's going to be a valuable contributor. He's not a breakaway guy. He never was, but he's certainly not nearly what he was when he came out of college. But he's still a good player, and he'll help this team if he's healthy.
Yep, we all got this one right, by the way. We all picked Washington. Um, what else? Oh, well, for the Giants, I mean, Tyrone Tracy had 10 carries for 24 yards. I mean,
you know,
I would go with Cam Scatterbo for them. Also, Russell Wilson, 17 of 37, under 50%, 168 yards. Neighbors, of course, was the best receiver. Wandale Robinson did all right as well. But I mean, their defense held up. Oh, you know what? Now that we're mentioning it real quick, I want to circle back just for a second to the Cowboys Eagles.
Mhm.
That that delay screwed both teams up because there
Oh,
was 3 points scored in the second half.
that was almost an hour and a half, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 points total scored in the second half.
that was just brutal for both teams. It
Yeah,
turned a really fun game into a slop fest.
they basically scored every possession in the first half and then didn't score at all in the second except for a field goal.
Yeah, it changed everything. It really did because I mean both offenses were on fire in the first half. There wasn't a
Yep.
whole lot of punting or anything, and then they
Nope.
did almost nothing in the second half. Like you said, 3 points between them.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say because I said the defense. I mean, I wouldn't say Giants defense played terrible. The Commanders scored 21 points. That's not terrible.
No, no, absolutely not. Now they are not good enough to keep them in games with this awful offense, but they are a decent D. It's exactly what we thought. I mean, they had 3 sacks. The defensive line and slash linebackers are scary, but their secondary is not very good, and it's going to cost them as games get late. And they get worn down as the other team gets the lead. The other thing, not surprising, that happened: Andrew Thomas didn't play. Big shock, and their offensive line looked like crap, like usual.
Right. Yep. I found the penalties. I was on the right side. I just wasn't in the right area.
Nice.
Washington had 12 penalties for 89 yards.
It's almost as bad as the Eagles.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, man. Eagles and Commanders were terrible. I mean, the Eagles had less penalties but more yards. I'd rather have the more penalties and less yards.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, wow. So, yeah, of course, the New York media, the people up here that I listen to that are Giant fans, most of them, and or Jets fans, and they're like, well, they said there's some things to build off of, and Dallas is not scary, so they're expecting them to win against Dallas.
Good luck with that.
We'll see. We will see. Okay. In Washington, of course, we looked pretty good overall, and well on their way to having another good year. It looks like.
Yeah, they did what they should do against a really bad team.
All right, now in the category of not doing what you should do against a really bad team, Cincinnati does get a week one win. Let's throw a party
Right.
because it's 17-16. The Bengals win, but 17-16 against one of the top, I don't know, two or three worst teams in the league.
And
And
it
you
was
can win
close.
by
I
one.
mean, obviously it was close, but they were behind for a decent chunk of this. You
Yes,
know,
they were.
it's crazy, man. They were down 14-10 at halftime.
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry, 16-14 in the third quarter. I'm sorry, I was reading the wrong side of it. Crazy, man.
yeah,
And you were the only one that picked it really close, if I remember right.
yeah. I had 19-14. You and Joe had big numbers. I Joe had 38-17, and you
Yeah,
had 30-20. I picked a 5 point game. I still wasn't even as close as it ended up being, but I took into consideration the Bengals just not being good earlier in the year, and it's here again. I don't see any reason to think that they're going to be any better the next couple weeks.
it's crazy. I mean, I really thought like, okay, this has to end at some point. Let's pick it against the freaking Browns. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mean, look at this. If you told me the Bengals were going to put up these stats that I'm about to read and win this game, I would have told you were nuts. Joe Burrow, I think your MVP choice, and I don't blame you because I love the guy and he's awesome. 14 for 23 for 113 yards and one
Yep.
touchdown.
Yep.
Hideous. Chase Brown, who I called out as a potential top 5 fantasy running back, especially in PPR leagues this year. 21 carries for 43 yards, 2 yards a carry. Jamar Chase, 2 catches for 26 yards. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I just don't get it why it's so bad early every year.
It's astonishing. It's gonna if they can't turn it around and play better. It's going to keep costing them playoff spots, and two, it's going to cost their coach's job. I mean, it's got it. I don't know what else you can blame it on at this point because it's the same great players. I don't know. I don't get it. It's mystifying to me.
Yep. And the old man Joe Flacco was respectable, 31 for 45. He threw the ball way too much. That's a recipe for disaster. But 290 yards.
Yeah,
A
he threw
touch.
2 picks, which cost him the game, but
Right, right,
he still is an effective quarterback when he's not making mistakes. Flacco always threw picks, so it's
right.
nothing new. You know what I mean? But he's still, it's unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. And yeah, Jerry Judy was good again. Dylan Sampson with 8 catches.
Yeah, who's Dylan Sampson? I mean,
Yeah, I
this
don't
guy,
know. And
12 carries,
Harold
you led him in
Simon
carries,
Jr.
didn't not very effective, but yeah, 8 catches for 64 yards, man.
Yeah. So, all right. Um, yeah, Browns are bad, and it looks like the Bengals are bad early in the year again.
Nothing changed in that regard. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I thought for sure that it would change, but no.
Nope. Right there with you, man. Right there with you.
No, nothing significant in the penalty. So we're going to move on.
Right on.
Steelers 34, Jets 32. I got to say, the Jets, unlike the Giants, actually do look a lot better, a lot more like a real football team. They actually probably should have won this game. But regardless, they're not. They're going. I think they're going to be okay. Not great or anything, but I think they're going to be okay.
I'm with you. And listen, you mentioned that we might have seen the game of the year already, and I know you weren't talking about this one. I know which one you were talking about, but this one was right there with it.
Yep.
The Steelers scored 17 points in the fourth quarter to come back from what was their deficit? They were down, what was it? 26-17 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah. Crazy.
The old man played a hell of a game, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. 4 touchdowns.
Unbelievable. Played great. Justin Fields played great. I love to see that because you know I'm a Fields guy. It was a heck of a game. I mean, neither of their defenses can be very happy, but both of their offenses can be thrilled. And by the way, Brees Hall believers got a real boost.
Yep, 19 carries. He got the majority, the bulk of the carries, the bell cow carries.
and
19.
for and 5.6 yards a carry, which means he's going to keep getting them. And Braylon Allen vultured the touchdown, which is going to annoy fantasy people, but Brees Hall is the man. And Garrett Wilson is legit playing with Justin Fields. You can't stop him. Uh, so,
Yeah,
yeah, it was a very impressive game by both offenses.
yeah. Fields had 2 touchdowns on the ground as well.
Yeah, he looked awesome, man. I mean, if you got him on your fantasy team, you're pretty happy. You know, if he could do that, the Steelers defense is typically no joke, and they looked like got significantly better in the offseason with some of their additions. And he torched them pretty good, you know. So for the type of game he plays, you know what I mean, which isn't to throw it 40 times a game, he torched them pretty good. So yeah, I mean, all signs are pointing up for Justin Fields and the Jets offense. Now, how much of that translates into wins this year, we'll see. But you know, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they win 7 games now. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Which
something
is
like that instead of 4.
exactly
Right. Yep. Um, they had 7 penalties for 74 yards. That didn't help, obviously.
for sure.
All right, we all got that one right as well. We all got Pittsburgh to win that one.
We
Let's
all
see.
squeaked that one out.
Yeah, we all we really did. We all picked it a lot lower scoring game too.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought that the Jets weren't going to score much against that Steelers D, and I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers to come in and look awesome in Week 1.
Actually, Joe had it a big score, the Pittsburgh 30-16. So
Good for him, man. Because I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers to click like that early if he was going to click at all.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go to the Vegas Raiders over New England, 20-13. A little surprising, and this was one that I actually got right, and both you and Joe got it wrong.
Yeah,
You
good
both
call.
picked the
I
over.
said when you picked it, I wish I had the nerve to do it, and boy, that I wish I had the nerve to do it because I was just thought it was two mediocre teams at best, and I picked and one of the mediocre teams doing the West Coast 1 o'clock game thing, which is usually a recipe for disaster. So good on you for picking that one, man.
Yeah, I think the helium that the Patriots have got all off season might have been a little bit premature. I don't know if they're quite there yet. They might get better as the season goes on, but Vegas, they're a young team too, and they've got some exciting players. So that's just what I was going off of. But yeah, I'll definitely take it. And Genty debuting was exciting. He didn't really do much.
Yeah, he didn't
And
look awesome at all.
no, he didn't. I'm trying to call up the stats now. Sorry.
He had 19 carries for 38 yards. Now he had a nice touchdown run. The touchdown run he had to the Patriots were on his butt all game, and he had to work for every yard he got. And the touchdown run was a nice, like I think it was about a 5 yard run, but it was a tough one. And
Yep.
so there's some signs there, but
Yeah.
I don't know if this is more about him or the Raiders' offensive run blocking. I'm not sure yet. I saw Buzz, this was my first week with a Sunday ticket in about 10 years, so I was going crazy and loving it. And I saw a couple of the key plays, but and that including that touchdown run, but I didn't get to see enough to have a good sense.
Whenever I've gotten a ticket and my team's not playing, I just leave it on red zone all day.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was. Well, I watched. I
Because
watched the first quarter of the every snap of the Commanders Giants game because I wanted to see what was going on in the division, and then I just went to the red zone.
yeah, because then at least you'll see every single score.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I got to say, man, Geno Smith, 24 of 34, 362 yards. He did throw a
Woo!
pick, but he also threw a touchdown. Brock Bowers, 103 yards. Jacoby Myers, 97 yards. The Raiders looked a lot better than I thought. Even me picking them, they looked better than I thought they would.
Very, very impressive debut for Geno switching teams. Anybody that was worried about Brock Bowers with a different quarterback can relax. Jacoby Myers' breakout season, it continues into this year, and he had a heck of a year last year, and it continues. Super impressive debut, man. And it's funny because I always liked Pete Carroll more than I liked Mike Vrabel, and that's another reason I wish I had the nerve to pick that game, and I should have done it. Pete Carroll had a heck of a debut here.
Yep, yep, totally agree. Let's see here. Looking at some of the stats. Penalties, which we know was a Raiders' problem last year. Very good. Oh no, not very good. 9 for 81 yards.
Oh, okay. Well, the Raiders, not just last year, that has been a problem since Al Davis sued the league.
Right. I mean, the Patriots had 8 for 70 yards, so they didn't play a clean game either.
Yeah, pretty sloppy penalty wise overall.
Uh, Drake May. I mean, one touchdown, one pick, same as Gino. 287 yards. The problem is he threw it 46 times. You can't
Yeah,
have, especially the kid, 46 times. That's too many throws.
big time, big time. Um,
And what are you
I'm
doing at running back? Again, only 18 carries and nobody took the reins.
Travion
Henderson,
Henderson was the most effective by far, but he only got 5 carries. He doubled Ramondre Stevenson's output almost with 2 less carries. And he caught the ball 6 times for 24 yards. Not super efficient there, but he did have 6 catches. I think he'll end up being the guy if they let him, but we'll see. They paid Ramondre a lot of money. I think it was last year. They gave him a big extension. So they're gonna keep giving him the ball unless Travion just yanks it from him.
yeah. Well, yeah. We'll have to see where they go from here. I definitely I like what the Raiders are doing so far. They were impressive to me.
I agree, man. I think my when I tried to put them in the playoffs last year, it might have been a year too early. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. This division is too tough, but they did look really impressive in week 1, and they're probably better than I thought they'd be.
Yep, yep. All right, let's move on. Arizona, 20-13 over New Orleans. New Orleans did not get destroyed, which we were picking. You picked 30-10.
Yeah, they didn't
Um,
look nearly as bad as I thought they would.
Joe picked 30-13. I picked 17-9. because I wasn't sure yet on Arizona more than the Saints. But the Saints, Spencer Rattler, uh, again, threw too many times, 46 times. You can't do that in this league. It's basically been proven to this point where you're throwing the ball that many times, unless it's just a total shootout, which this wasn't.
Yeah.
27 for 46, 214 yards. Kamara still doing his thing. Only had 11 carries, again, because they threw 46 times. But he averaged 4 yards a carry, had a touchdown. Um, Olave was pretty good. Jawan Johnson
Yeah.
had a good game. So overall, I mean, the Saints are not good, and I said they might not win a game. I probably won't pick them all year, even if they win a game here and there. But maybe we're underselling them just a little bit. They were at home. Don't forget that.
Yep.
And yeah, Kyler Murray though, 21 of 29, 163 yards, two touchdowns, an okay day. He had 38 more yards on the ground. James Conner pretty much bottled up. Marvin Harrison Jr. Got the touchdown, 71 yards. Connor had another receiving touchdown, which is rare for him. He doesn't receive much. But kind of ho hum, kind of like, all right, just move on to game two. New Orleans is bad. We'll see how bad it gets or if they are better than we thought. And Arizona, pretty much, I haven't changed my opinion on them one way or the other.
Yeah, it's tough to tell anything from this game. They played on the road, so it's a nice win, but it's against one of the worst teams in the league. So it's hard to say how much you can tell from anything from this game. Though the one thing that popped out to me on the stat page is people have been waiting for Trey Benson to emerge, and he had a nice game.
He did.
8 carries for
Yes.
69 yards, and it's possible they love Connor there, so it's gonna take a lot for him to not be the number one guy, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But it's possible this becomes a pretty close to a 50-50 split if Benson keeps playing well.
I tell you what, if the Saints don't get penalized as much as they did, then they might have been able to win. They had 13 penalties for 89 yards.
That's insane. That's an
They don't commit those
incredible amount of
penalties, they
penalty.
might win that game.
Yeah, it's possible, but that's football.
And that's also what bad teams do.
Exactly. Perfectly put. Perfectly put. Yeah, people will be wearing that on paper bags over their heads by the end of the season.
Yeah.
That's what bad teams do. I love it.
Okay, so let's go to now everybody's trendy pick that everybody's loving. I mean, had decent high hopes at the beginning of the year, but it seems like lately, I don't know what's going on. Just people reacting to week one coming off of it, and everybody loves the Buccaneers. And they had a nice road division win, 23-20 over Atlanta. It was a tight game, obviously. We all got it right. We all had better scores in this, although you were pretty close. You had 24-21, so you were just 1 point off on both. So good
Hey,
on you for that. That's fantastic.
not bad. We'll take it when I only went 10-6.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Everybody loves him. I definitely don't hate him. I don't have a problem with him. But I mean, Baker Mayfield was only 17 for 32 for 167 yards. So it's not like he lit the sky up. He did have three touchdowns, which is big. And Bucky Irving got bottled up for the most part, had 14 carries. Uh, but no, what's his face? The receiver, not Evans, the other guy.
Who are we talking about?
The
Godwin?
receiver, Godwin. No
Well,
Godwin.
he was out.
He was out.
He's out
And
for a couple more weeks. And but Emeka Egbuka emerged.
yes, 67 yards and two touchdowns.
I mean, that's a rookie debut. That's a heck of a debut right there.
I agree. You want to take over for Atlanta? What you think? What you saw on that side of the things?
Yeah, interesting. Penix looked pretty damn good, I gotta say. Um, they had 27 for 42, 298, and a touch. I mean, that's a heck of a game. He apparently likes to throw to his running back because Bijan, holy moly, he got bottled up in the run game, but he had 6 catches for 100 yards.
Yeah, and a touch too. Yeah,
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Kyle Pitts looked good, which people have been waiting, 5 years for that, but don't hold your breath on that sustaining. Drake London had a solid game, not great yardage, but 8 catches, 55 yards. You know what did not change is the horrendous Falcons pass rush. They did manage one sack, which puts them on pace for 17.
Yes. Yes.
They got nothing out of their two rookies. Their two rookie first round draft picks. I'm looking for them in the stat sheet at all. Neither of them even had a. Oh no, James. No, I mean there's James Pierce with 0-0, double zeros, and Jalen Walker had one tackle. So that's what they got out of their two first round draft picks. One tackle.
Wow. That's not good.
No, now it's early, but that they could develop, but not a great start, especially when the amount of help they needed, and they got nothing. So I'm mildly impressed that they could hang with I'm with you. I'm not massive on the Bucks. I don't consider them a big, strong Super Bowl contender either. But I do consider them a good team and the clear top of this division, and they hung with them tough. So that does bode well for the Falcons in the long run. But I'm just not sure how much. Well,
Yep.
it's
Yeah. Falcons would be what we thought, middling around 500 probably.
yeah, I'm with you there.
And they were at home, so that's another reason why they might have hung a little more. I think Tampa Bay is the clear better team, and if it's in Tampa Bay, it's a better score on that side. Um,
Agreed.
yeah, I don't consider Tampa Bay a huge Super Bowl team. For whatever reason, I watched a couple people reacting to Week 1, and everybody was like just gushing over Tampa Bay, and I'm like, really? So I was a little
Yeah,
surprised by that. But anyway,
I'm with you, man. I really am.
all right, talk about a dumpster fire. This may become a surprising one of if not the worst team in the league, and that is the Miami Dolphins.
Holy
They got
crap!
they got smoked 33-8 by Daniel bleeping Jones.
And that's the like Daniel Jones had the game of his career, and um, I don't think he's that good. I think it's a combination of he's not playing for the Giants anymore. Good for him. That'll help anybody's career. Um, and the Dolphins are that bad. I mean, I listen. They're I picked them to go. I think a game under 500. I think is what I picked. I would like to subtract 5 wins off of that right now. Um, they look awful. Darren, it came out by the way, not that any of us expected him to make this massive impact, but he was supposed to be their starting tight end. Came out today that Darren Waller might never play a game for the Dolphins. So, and which makes them throwing Jonnu Smith into that that Jalen Ramsey for Minka Fitzpatrick trade look even crazier. Um, their offense looked awful. The Dolphins too, which I expected their defense to stink. It stunk while they've been good. While they've been playoff contenders the last few years, their defense has been awful anyway. But their offense was horrendous. Tua 14 for 23 for 114 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Achan was good. He's a good player, but he only carried the ball 7 times. I mean, just awful, awful. The whole team stinks. I can't believe how bad they are.
Yeah. And now, how long before McDaniels is fired?
Man, I mean, if it's gonna look like this, I think I mean it's during the season, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's like week 4.
I mean, it's crazy. It's hard to believe. I'm gonna while we're talking, I'm gonna look up his career record with the Dolphins. But it is just mind-boggling how terrible they were. I was floored, absolutely floored.
So Daniel Jones goes 23 of 29, 272 yards and a touchdown. But then he also adds 26 yards rushing and 2 more touchdowns. Daniel Jones had 3 touchdowns.
Incredible, man. I mean, absolutely mind-bendingly incredible that the combination of just horrendousness with the Dolphins D, and his really excellent play was really astonishing. And he could have put up a lot more numbers if they needed to score in the second half.
Yeah. I believe that. Tyler Warren, the tight end, the rookie that everybody was high on, represented himself well. He had 7 catches for 76 yards. That led the team to 7 catches. Pittman had more yards with 6 catches. Um, Josh Downs disappeared, which was surprising because last year it seemed like Josh Downs was above Pittman, but now I don't know. We'll see what's going on there. But we know Josh Downs can do it. And they've got Pittman, and they've got Warren, and they've got Jonathan Taylor, who did okay, 71 yards. So yeah, the Colts looked very, very good.
Yeah, man. And I don't want to anoint them anything based off of this
No,
win because
no.
I'm not sure how much it is them and how much is the Dolphins, but they couldn't have looked any better. So you got to be encouraged if you're a Colt fan, and the early returns on who should have started at quarterback there, no brainer.
Yeah, yep. They made the right choice for sure.
Incredible, man. Incredible. Colts might be a playoff contender in that division.
I think they might be, maybe even not get in, but like just be there at the end, playing meaningful games in December.
It's very possible. It's very possible. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to make too much of it in week one, but I was very impressed.
Okay, so me and Joe actually got that one correct.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm off. Okay, yeah, me and Joe actually got that one correct. You had Miami. Um, yeah, we weren't really close on the score. No one expected that.
Nobody
Oh,
expected that, and whoops.
all right. So let's go to a team that was pretty impressive. I got this one wrong because I was on Carolina's bandwagon, but Jacksonville takes care of business 26-10. I might be a year early on Carolina. That could be on me. We'll see as the season progresses, but I had them winning, so I was wrong here. You and Joe both got this one correct. Um, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he was okay. Nothing spectacular. 178 yards, a touch, and a pick. 19 of 31. It was Travis Etienne,
Dude,
the ghost of Travis Etienne, 143 yards.
after being written off by almost everybody, and understandably so, he came back with a bang, man. I mean, an absolute, just shot back into relevance. He just super impressive, man. Super impressive. Oh, and I forgot to talk about this while we were on the Eagles Cowboys. By the way, you'll notice Tank Bigsby in their box score. That'll be the last time you'll ever see it in the Jacksonville box score because he got traded to the Eagles yesterday
Yes, I saw that.
or 2 days ago. Sorry, but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, unbelievable. The tanker was their leading rusher last year. He eclipsed
yeah,
ETN easily last year because there were some injuries too. But Tank looked good last year. ATN just smoked him in game one. It wasn't even close.
yep. Um, Travis Hunter played both offense and defense, and he had 6 catches. He didn't have much yardage, but six catches, pretty good.
They used him with a lot of like wide receiver screens and short little sort of stunt routes and stuff, and he looked like he's going to be a competent offensive player for sure. Now, all the smoke about the two-way thing, he played 5 snaps on defense.
Okay, right,
Now they're saying they're going to ramp that up, but if he's not playing at least 20 snaps a game on defense, it's barely worth mentioning.
right. I
So we'll
I
see where
agree.
it lands. We'll see where it lands.
Yep. On the Carolina side, Bryce Young 2 picks.
Awful.
Uh, Chuba Hubbard didn't do much. Young did have a nice rushing average. He had 40 yards on 5 carries. Um, Ted McMillan though, 5 catches, 68 yards. So can't complain there.
Solid rookie debut right there. Chuba had a nice overall game, 57 yards rushing, 3.6 yards of carries, and great, but he did have 3 catches for 32 yards and a touch. But it looked like a bad case of what we don't talk about, third year regression for Bryce Young.
Well, 30-year regression to me usually means you're just not good.
Exactly. And it's is anybody thinking that Jacksonville is a defensive juggernaut?
No. Well, I think the defense is not terrible, but yeah, it's not a juggernaut, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see what
And
happens here. It's
Jacksonville, I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, please.
They had 11 penalties for 93 yards.
Who did?
Jacksonville. So
No
this could have
kidding,
been
and they
even
still
worse.
smoked them.
Yeah, this could have been even worse.
Wow. Yeah, man. Not just horrible debut for the Panthers. Just very disappointing for them, no doubt about it. And what a debut for Liam Cohen in Jacksonville. You know, put up 26 points against a team everybody thought was going to be, if not as high on them as you, definitely everybody thought the Panthers were going to be respectful this year, I think.
Yeah, yep. Um, Speaking of some regression, I mentioned this could happen this year as well, but I thought their defense was going to carry them. And that is the Denver Broncos over Tennessee 20-12. They won this game on their defense because Bo Nix was not very good.
No, he turned the ball all over the place. Now, I will say he looked great at the end of the game. He turned it around. But
Yeah.
it was one of those where he looked awful early and then came on strong for the comeback. But boy, did he make some mistakes early. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yep, 25 for 40, 176 yards, a touchdown, and two interceptions.
Yeah, and there was they had, I think I saw they had four turnovers. Let me make sure I'm right about that because there must have been some fumbles in there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's Bo had a fumble lost and Marvin Mims did too.
yeah, so four turnovers, man, and they kept a what looks like a really bad Tennessee team in. Not that that surprises anybody, but they looked every bit as bad as I thought they would be, and then some. Um, that kept them in the game. You know, when there's no way they should have been. So
Yeah, and
now,
I like Denver a lot this year, and Bo Nix has got to get straightened out though.
yeah, and listen, if his second half was any indication of that, I think he'll be okay. But we'll see because he can't do that every week. That's for sure. Now the positive for Denver is the run game we thought was improved was definitely improved. What a 1-2 punch between Dobbins and Harvey, man.
Oh yeah, Harvey only 6 carries but 70 yards.
Yeah,
J.K. Dobbins had 16 carries for 83. Bo Nix threw in a few. Total 30 carries, 151 yards, five
yeah, that
yards a carry. You will take that every time.
every time. And Harvey, we were waiting to see what he was going to be. Everybody was excited about him, and he showed he's got some pop, man. So yeah, interesting first game. Interesting first game for Denver. It's not what they wanted for sure, but there were some positives, and their defense looks every bit as good as we thought.
Yeah, how about Tony Pollard on the other side for Tennessee?
He's the
18
bell cow,
carries.
man. They're not even
I
thinking
guess he
about
is.
anybody else.
Yeah, 18 carries, and he had a 29-yard reception. He was like the whole offense.
Yeah, and that's against a one of the best defenses in football when he was the sole focus of the offense. So I was very impressed with that. And
Cam,
don't.
I mean, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just want to say real quick, don't get down on Calvin Ridley because he only had 4 catches for 27 yards. He was going against one of the best cornerbacks in football, and he will have better days as their number one target.
Absolutely. Cam Ward, I mean, rookie debut, 12 for 28. At least they only had him throw the ball 28 times. 112 yards, nothing across for, but the big number, no interceptions, so that's good. And yeah, he just moves on to week two and keep learning, young man.
Yes, exactly. I'm not going to take anything much from this game at all against. I mean, what a tough team to debut against. I'm not going to hold that. Sorry, phone fell. I'm not going to hold that against him much at all. Let's see how he develops as the season goes on.
Absolutely. So yeah, like I said, I got that one wrong. You and Joe both got it right. We'll move on to San Francisco over Seattle in an ugly game,
Ooh,
17-13. The thing coming out of this, though, what is the status of some of these guys? Uh, is Purdy hurt?
Purdy, last I saw, is not expected to play this week. We will see. Yeah. Oh, here's the latest. 21 minutes ago from Niners Nation, Purdy could miss multiple games.
Oh,
That's
that is a
huge.
killer.
Huge. And their
Wow. And then
backup. Uh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
didn't somebody else get hurt too?
The Jawan Jennings.
Right. Yep.
Now he's not expected to be out as long. I'll try and get a better update for you than that vague statement in a second here. But I just wanted to confirm that I'm right. Yeah, Mac Jones is their backup. So that's we're looking at seeing him for a couple weeks at least. It sounds like.
Oh, jeez. Um. Well, Purdy had a decent day. I mean, 26 to 35, 277, two touchdowns, but also two picks. So it wasn't great. McCaffrey, 22 rushes, 69 yards. When he's in there, he still does it because, okay, you bottle him up to 3.1 yards a carry, and then he'll just come back with nine catches and 73 more yards, and all of a sudden it's a really good day.
Yeah, he's just one of the best all around running backs in football. And when he's healthy, he is unbelievable. And you can't stop him because, like you said, you do a great job against him in the run game. He still torches you in the air. So, yeah. And the other thing you want to say about this offense to go with everything you said is Ricky Pearsall is the real deal.
Yeah, 108 yards.
Yeah, man. Yep. Uh, Fascinating. And I got the Jawan Jennings update, and it's a good one. He is the report is he reportedly avoided serious injury, will be day to day. That's big for them.
Okay, all right, well, that's good. But Mac Jones is not good.
No, no. That's not it's something no team wants to hear is that Mac Jones is going to be playing for multiple weeks.
Yep, and that definitely impacts the Niners, and especially in a game where they did not look all that great to begin with. Luckily, they have a cupcake game next week. I still think I'll pick them, but that doesn't mean that it'll be easy because they got New Orleans next week. But we'll get to that in the next pod. Um, but yeah, Sam Darnold was not very good. 16 to 23, 150 yards, no touchdowns, no
Yep.
interceptions. They couldn't run the ball. 26 carries for 84 yards. That's 3.2 yards a carry between Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. AJ Barner got a carry. But Jackson Smith and Nick Jigba, however you say his name, nine
Solid job.
catches,
Solid job.
124 yards. Wow.
Dude's the real deal, my man. Dude is the real deal. Obviously, Darnold likes him, and if you got him on your fantasy team, you're thrilled. Darnold, terrible. I mean, just disappointing debut. You got to be sweating your butt cheeks off if you're Seattle. If you're a fan, or you're the ones that gave him the monster contract. And Cooper Cup looked every bit the old man in his debut. I don't know if he's going to be able to be. Hopefully, for their sake, he'll be able to be better than two catches for 15 yards. Um, but just not what you wanted to see if you're Seattle at all in any way.
Yeah. Could have been worse, too, because San Francisco had nine penalties.
Yeah, man. Yes, and Purdy even with a good overall numbers in a lot of ways through two picks, and they
Yeah,
couldn't
so it
turn
could have
that
been
into
worse.
anything. Yeah. So just an awful everything other than JSN. Notice how I avoided that pronunciation there.
Yep.
Everything other than JSN was big thumbs down for Seattle.
Yeah. And I bought in like an idiot, so I had Seattle. I was wrong there. You and Joe were both correct with San Francisco. Okay. You had 17 to 16 though, so you weren't totally you were a little on the fence as well.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't know what to make of. Especially, well, I mean, the Niners won 3 games last year, or whatever. So I didn't know what to make of where they were going to land this year. But I just did not believe in Sam Darnold, and that much proved to be true so far.
Right. And Joe had it close as well, 24-20. So we all had it close. Because I even though I picked Seattle, I still had it, 22 to 19. So we all thought it would be a close game, and it was, but just kind of ugly.
Yeah, very ugly. We all overestimated the offensive output, even with our ugly scores we picked.
All right. Now the other team that everybody's got all excited for, and now I saw power rankings that have them number one in the entire league now, and that is the Green Bay Packers 27, Detroit Lions 13. The coordinators matter. Detroit was all out of sorts. They will get better as the season goes on, but they are not there yet, and it's probably going to take a few weeks. Green Bay took advantage. They were at home, and they're a good team. Parsons was not on the field for every play, but he was on for some, and he did get that chase down sack showing his speed that, of course, he's always had. So that was cool to see for them, I'm sure. Not cool for me. Um, 27-13 Green Bay over Detroit. And I had this one right, and Joe had this one right. You actually got this one wrong. You had Detroit. What did you see here?
I was overly optimistic on the coordinator change. I thought, man, you got David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. How can it go wrong? Well, how it can go wrong is that they combined for 2.2 yards a carry. Which, if you had given me an over under on yards per carry, I would have taken the over at 4. You know,
Yeah, yep.
uh, I can't believe how inefficient they were on that and the pass game. Goff I mean, he threw a pick, but he was efficient. 31 for 39 looks great, except when you throw for 225 yards. That's their yards per offensive play were terrible, especially given where they were last year. Just astonishing. The only one there were two. Jameer Gibbs had 10 catches for 31 yards.
Yeah. They had the average yards per pass for golf, or maybe per completion, but it was only 5.8. That's
That's
terrible.
It's awful. Absolutely awful. Um, yeah, man, it was a terrible debut for their both coordinators because they got torched on defense too. So you got to be sweating if you're a Lions fan. I thought this team was good enough that they could overcome that early, and I was wrong. And the Packers might be better than I thought. I understand the gushing here. I do. I really do. I don't get it with the Tampa, but I do get it with Green Bay.
Yeah, they might be the best team in that division now.
They might be, man, and I didn't pick it, but boy, I kind of wish I had now.
Jordan Love, 16 for 22, 188 yards, two touchdowns, no picks. The completions and yardage aren't going to impress you, but you like to see the two touchdowns. And even the rushing yards. Overall, they only averaged 3.1 yards a rush, but they kept with it. Josh Jacobs got 19 carries. And nobody, I mean, talk about evenly distributing. The leader on the team had 3 catches, Jaden Reed, and 4 other guys had 2 catches.
Yeah, this was an interesting stat line for how the game went. By the way, look at the time of possession and tell me who won this game. The the Lions had the time of possession 35 minutes to 24 minutes for the Packers. Um, it was
Wow.
a weird game, and the it felt dominant by the Packers despite that. You know what I mean? And the total yards were 266 to the Packers, 246 to the Lions. The stats say super close game. The score says blowout. So it was a weird one, you know?
It was weird. I am very, very interested on how Detroit responds coming off that game because you know how fiery Dan Campbell is. Um, he's going to be kicking it into high gear this week, I'm sure, and he's really going to want to come out and make a statement this week, I'm sure.
No doubt. I wish I had been able to watch his press conference because I'm sure there were some banger quotes coming out of his funny mouth. I love he's priceless. He's my favorite coach in the NFL to just not I don't there's other coaches I would take over him, but he is the most fun one to listen to and watch on the sidelines because he is funny and priceless and a fiery guy. He's got it all. And plus he's built like the Terminator, you know. Yeah, he's gonna have them fired up. Let's see how much difference it makes. How quickly can these coordinators adapt? How good are the Packers versus how much have the Lions slipped? I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It really is because I did not hesitate in picking the Lions to win this division this
Oh,
year, and I'm feeling shaky about that after 4 quarters.
don't know if that's you or me, but you disappeared. Al hopefully will be joining us again. I was just about on. Um, to
Uh
the
oh.
Ram 14-9. The Rams get the win. We all picked this. But anyway, I'm going to continue to move on because we got to get. I'm still recording, so I might as well just keep going. And I'll anyway. So great, like all right, we need to figure out what's going on. All right, he still can't hear me. All right, let's see if he can rejoin here. All right, fans, what we're gonna do, listeners, we're gonna pause. We're gonna stop the
Hello.
podcast right there. Buffalo and Baltimore was the game of the year, most likely. It was fantastic, a 41-40 win. Um, we're gonna get these technical issues taken care of, and we will finish these recaps, the review of Week One, with that Buffalo Baltimore game in the next podcast, which is our Week Two preview. It's going to be the Week Two preview, but right before we do that, we'll do the Baltimore Buffalo game and sum that up for you as well. So that's what we're going to do. So join us for the Week Two podcast, Week Two preview podcast. It'll be out at the same time as this one, and just know that the Buffalo game review will be at the beginning of that podcast. So that's going to do it. Until next time, I will see you later.